Have you ever wondered what actually protects your engine when it's screaming down the highway at 70 miles per hour on a 100-degree summer day? Or when you're idling in bumper-to-bumper traffic, the A/C on full blast, the sun beating down on your hood? Most people don't. They assume everything just works. But what's really keeping your engine alive in those brutal moments isn't just luck. It's one of the most underappreciated, yet absolutely vital systems in your entire car, the cooling system. And here's the truth, your engine is always trying to destroy itself. It produces heat as a byproduct of combustion, massive, dangerous heat. Without the cooling system constantly absorbing and evacuating that heat, your engine would seize, crack, or even melt in minutes. In fact, an estimated 40% of engine failures are caused by cooling system problems. But here's the good news. With the right habits, this system doesn't just survive. It thrives. And today, you're going to learn exactly how to make your car's cooling system last, not just longer, but potentially for the entire life of the vehicle. And before we dive deep, let me just say, if you find value in understanding your car beyond what the owner's manual tells you, if you're the kind of person who prefers to prevent problems instead of paying for them later, hit that subscribe button now. Because on this channel, we don't just fix cars. We build knowledge that saves you time, money, and frustration. Main content, Phase 1, Foundational Principles. Let's start with something simple, but misunderstood. Coolant. You see, coolant isn't just colored liquid in a bottle. It's a highly engineered fluid that has to do 5 things simultaneously. It has to carry heat, resist freezing, prevent rust, lubricate internal seals, and maintain the right pH balance. That's a lot of responsibility for something most people top off with tap water. And that's exactly the first mistake, using the wrong coolant or diluting it improperly. Tap water might look clean, but it's filled with minerals like calcium and magnesium that will slowly coat the inside of your radiator and engine passages like plaque in arteries. That buildup restricts flow, encourages hot spots, and triggers corrosion. The result? Overheating, warped cylinder heads, a blown head gasket, thousands of dollars in repairs. The solution? Always use distilled water or a professionally pre-mixed coolant recommended by your manufacturer. Yes, there are universal coolants, but your car isn't the chemistry experiment. Stick to what's proven. And don't just top off. Flush the system. Replace the fluid. Treat it like an oil change. Every 30,000 to 60,000 miles depending on the type of coolant and your driving conditions. Now let's talk about something almost no one checks. Radiator hoses. Those rubber lifelines that carry coolant between the engine, radiator, and heater core. Over time, heat and pressure cause them to degrade from the inside out. They might look fine, but touch them. If they feel soft, brittle, or you hear a crackling sound when squeezing them cold, they're done. Even more dangerous, hoses can bulge under pressure when the engine is warm. If you see swelling near the clamps or bulges anywhere along the hose body, replace it immediately. One overlooked hose can rupture at speed and leave you with a toasted engine. While you're under the hood, take a look at your thermostat. It's hidden deep between the engine and radiator, but it's a mechanical gatekeeper that determines how fast coolant flows. If it sticks closed, your engine overheats in minutes. If it sticks open, it runs too cold and burns more fuel while causing internal wear over time. Most thermostats are rated for 10 years, but trust me, replace them every 4 to 5. And when you do, spend the extra $20 and get an OEM part. Cheap thermostats are one of the top causes of premature failure in otherwise healthy engines. And here's a component that feels like an afterthought, but it's critical. The radiator cap. It's not just a lid, it's a pressure valve. It holds the entire cooling system at a specific PSI, usually between 13 and 18 pounds. That pressure raises the boiling point of coolant and prevents vapor lock. If the rubber seal is cracked or the spring weakens, you'll lose pressure and coolant will boil sooner, leading to overheating even if everything else is perfect. And hey, if all of this is hitting you with a "why didn't anyone tell me this before" moment, pause here and subscribe if you haven't already. This kind of knowledge doesn't just save your engine. It makes you a smarter, more empowered car owner. We do videos like this every week. Let's go deeper. Most people think flushing their coolant and checking hoses is enough. But there's something almost no one does. Bleed the system. Whenever you drain coolant, air gets trapped in the system. And trapped air doesn't circulate like fluid. It just sits there, creating pockets of heat that can destroy your engine silently. To bleed the system correctly, you need to park the car on an incline, run the engine with the heat on full blast, and keep the reservoir open. As the thermostat opens, you'll see bubbles rise, air escaping. Top up as needed. Some cars have special bleed screws. Check your manual. Do this wrong, and your perfect coolant flush won't mean a thing. And then there's cleaning the radiator itself, not inside, but outside. Bugs, leaves, dust, and plastic can clog the radiator fins, restricting airflow. Less air means less heat removed. And in summer, that means your cooling system works twice as hard. Once a year, spray it gently with water, distilled if possible. Use a soft brush if necessary. A clean radiator can drop your engine temps by 10 to 15 degrees on a hot day. And don't forget the fans. When you're stopped in traffic, the cooling fans are all that stands between you and overheating. So check them. With the engine on and a/C running, the fans should spin. If one isn't, it might be a fuse, relay, or the motor itself. Ignore it, and the next time you're stuck in traffic, you'll find out the hard way. So, let's take a step back and reflect. Think about your engine as a living organism. It breathes, it consumes, it generates power. And just like any living thing, when it gets too hot, it starts to shut down fast. But what protects it? What quietly runs in the background every single time you start your car, no matter the weather, no matter the speed, no matter the strain, is your cooling system. It's easy to ignore because it rarely complains until it's too late. There are no warning lights for weak radiator caps. No dashboard alerts for deteriorating coolant. A failing water pump won't knock or ping. But behind the scenes, these parts are constantly working in high heat and under pressure, holding the line so your engine can survive. And if you've ever seen steam pouring out of someone's hood on the side of the freeway, or if you've ever had your heart sink as the temperature gauge rockets toward red, you know the panic that comes when that silent protector finally gives up. But it doesn't have to be that way. Because now you know better. Now you understand that your cooling system is more than a simple network of hoses and fluid. It's a system of balance, chemistry, flow, pressure, and timing. And every time you flush that fluid before it breaks down, every time you inspect your hoses before they balloon and burst, every time you replace that old thermostat before it sticks shut, you're not just maintaining a machine. You're preserving trust in your vehicle. You're building resilience. And the beautiful part, these aren't expensive fixes. They're not high-tech or futuristic. They're simple, powerful, and timeless. Maintenance that can prevent engine failure, save thousands of dollars, and give your car years, maybe decades, of extra life. Imagine this: your car, 10 years from now, still running cool on a mountain climb in July, still steady in downtown traffic in the middle of August. No boiling, no bubbling, no breakdowns. Just steady, quiet confidence under the hood. That's not wishful thinking. That's what happens when you understand how to protect your cooling system. And maybe, just maybe, this knowledge spreads. Maybe your friends ask how your car always runs so smooth. Maybe your kids grow up learning how to bleed a radiator instead of just scrolling through TikTok. Maybe your next car lasts 300,000 miles instead of 150. That's what this is really about: empowerment, control, mastery. So now you have a choice. You can close this video, go back to business as usual, and hope the system holds up. Or you can start applying what you've learned. Check that coolant. Inspect those hoses. Learn your car's maintenance schedule, not from a forum, but from your owner's manual. Treat your cooling system like the high-stress, high-importance system it truly is. And if this video helped you see your car differently, if it sparked even a little bit of curiosity, or gave you the confidence to pop the hood and check something you never thought to check, then hit that subscribe button. Because this channel isn't about hype. It's about real-world, practical knowledge that saves engines, wallets, and time. Thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end. I appreciate you, and I respect the fact that you care enough about your car to learn something most drivers never will. Until next time, stay safe, stay sharp, and stay cool.